me know what you got. UFC 281 main event, the redemption arc, the arch nemesis. The storyline is painted. No, you don't have to sell it. It's what you want to see. If you were worried about Israel Adesanya and boring fights and people that don't want to take the fight to him and are scared to get into the middle of the ring and throw feet and knees and elbows and hands, you don't have to worry about that, because what we have is someone that has a demonstrated history of giving Israel Adesanya some L's, right? So we got Alex Pereira against Israel Adesanya.
Okay.
Let me know what you think, man. Talk to me.
I think you set that up beautifully. I think this is going to be one of those fights where we won't have to worry about the person being scared of Adesanya. We might actually have a person who is so confident in themselves that they might just try to walk him down. And that is what excites me the most, because Adesanya is more of a counter striker, which sets him up for potentially getting caught, which has happened in the past, which you have stated. It has been demonstrated. Bro, it is so exciting because it goes one of two ways. Well, it can go a couple of ways, but let's just say he comes out, because Adesanya has had this effect of all of these fighters that he's fought, like Romero, like Costa, where especially the Romero fight, they labeled him as a boring fighter for the way he fought. But these guys have these highlight reels, career highlight reels. We go through and fawn over their knockouts, their striking power, and then they get in front of Adesanya and they just freeze. And I'm on the side of everybody else I'm on the side of Adesanya with, he's the champion. Come take the belt. So if you come out there and you just stand in the middle of the ring, if we draw, who's going to win the belt? It ain't going to be you. So we could both stand here. He's getting pay-per-view points. He's getting his check. So I believe Pereira is not going to come out there and just stand in the middle. However, if he does, it's another one of those, hey, Adesanya is freezing these dudes. But again, I don't believe that's how that's going to happen. Pereira's going to come out here. He's going to try to knock him the fuck out. And I love that, because Adesanya is going to get the chance to prove why he is the best middleweight. And with the win, first of all, with the win, he's going to cement his legacy that he's just a top dog right now. Now with the knockout of Pereira, with the magnitude of this fight, he's the best middleweight of all time. You can't tell me nothing. He already beat the GOAT, torches passed, everything. He's the best middleweight of all time.
So you think, are you calling is that what are you calling a knockout, or are you just?
I'm saving all predictions until closer to the fight.
Okay. I just had to check. I didn't want to misconstrue what you were saying.
Of course.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because you have this should be a clear kickboxing match.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe make sense in Muay Thai, but when it comes down to it, it's going to be something that they're kind of both on the same page with. There ain't gonna be no surprise takedowns. There ain't gonna be no grounded pound. There isn't gonna be any submission threats or anything like that. So you're just gonna have two people trying to duke it out. Where I worry, right? Because when you're calculated, you're calculated. And the champion, shout out champion. The champion at 155, Islam Makhachev. He that win kind of fine-tunes what I'm thinking, because I like the high output guys. I think it's great to watch. I'm kind of feeling more calculated strikers now. It ain't about how many swings you putting in. It's about where you putting them at and when you're getting them in. So I think that's what makes this fight so interesting, is because Adesanya is such a skilled counter striker, and he's very skilled in the kickboxing. And let's not forget, right? The first fight they had between him and Pereira could have gone either way. It could have gone either way.
It should have gone one way.
Some say it should have gone one way, right? So So if he wins that, we're having a totally different discussion. And then you fast forward to the second fight. It's not like the second fight he was getting mowed over. It appeared that he was winning.
He was winning for sure.
So then it comes down to the fact of it's the fight game. You can get KO'd. So that's the part that makes me a little bit worried for the champion, Israel Adesanya, because we know that he's gotten caught by this guy before, and this guy has the power to put him out. And on the other end, I know your boy won the fight and said, I had no knockout power. You know what I'm saying? But said I don't have.
Come on.
But when we get down to the nitty gritty, he's not really the guy that you're too concerned is gonna knock you out. So I say that to say it's gonna be a compelling fight. I hope it lives up to the hype and the story, because you know what I'm saying? Drake said redemption's on your mind when you think about me. And this would be the statement win. Statement win for the boy. And it's definitely a dangerous opponent. It's one of those tests. I know you said it would cement his legacy. I think it's already set in stone per se. He does this though, and it's I mean, like Drake said, what more can they say now? You know what I'm saying? Nothing they can say now. You know what I'm saying? Nothing really changed, but they still looking me away now. So I say that to say, man, I'm super excited, and we couldn't have had two better fights for this card in the slots that they're at.
Yeah, and you know, I love. First of all, Adesanya is such a good freaking striker. It's like ridiculous. Like it's really masterful, to be honest. And enough of me giving Adesanya all of these flowers. This dude Pereira is so good. Like his striking, it's almost like it's almost like they are cut from the similar cloth, bro. I almost want to say same, but they're cut from a similar cloth, and these dudes are clearly the best strikers when you're watching them. And I did watch both of the kickboxing matches, and I did watch Pereira's matches in the UFC as well. This dude is the like anti-Adesanya. When you make, like, if these dudes were made in the lab, they made this dude to counteract that dude. Like it's gonna be, I believe it's gonna be a great match. And you know, a lot of people, I feel like both fans have like two sides, and they're kind of like looking at it from whichever side they're on. A lot of people say, well, Adesanya said he won the kickboxing matches, but then he got caught. So, you know, it's going to be easy for him in these matches. And Pereira has his knockout power, and he's already knocked him out once, and he's beat him the other times, and he's looking like a monster. But what I will say is after watching those kickboxing fights, it's not like Pereira is just touching Adesanya and Adesanya can't get to him. Adesanya was touching him in every fight they had, and it was almost clear that he was going to win every fight they had. And Pereira on the other end is doing the same, but it's more of like if Adesanya touched him 100 times, Pereira touched him 50 times. And it was like, but when Pereira hit him, he kind of got some good looks. But it's kickboxing, shorter rounds, bigger gloves, which makes me think that there's going to be a lot more fireworks in this fight, because I think Adesanya is going to get to him because he has gotten to him in the past. And Adesanya's been doing a lot of pump faking after his Blachowicz fight with, you know, I've worked on my wrestling, I worked on my jiu-jitsu, can't wait to pull this out and show y'all and all of this stuff. He's been doing a lot of pump faking. I think the pump faking will continue. I don't think there will be any shooting. I don't think anything like that. But I'm interested to see more of like some like clinch work, you know, like getting in there, exiting with an elbow, getting in there, knees to the body. I want to see more of that, because none of these dudes have, at least in the lightweight, I mean, at least in middleweight, none of them have brought it to him to where he has to fight for real, except his last fight, something like that, was like Gastelum. And then him and his Robert Whittaker fight, they were trading, but after that, nobody's like stood and went at it with him. Now, his last Robert Whittaker fight was a close one, but it wasn't like, it was more of like they both took turns touching each other. And when in the first, I think it was the first or the second, they had a couple of them trades, and Adesanya knocked him down, and it was one of them like, we're finna have a similar effect. So I hope everything that Adesanya is saying, and I do believe that everything he's saying is true. Like, I don't think he's taking this. I think this is something completely different, and he's already come out and said, "Fuck the belt. The beating him is what I'm going in there for. Like, fuck that." So, yeah, I mean, this is one of them ones, bro. This is one of them ones. And if you want to see Adesanya lose, this is definitely one of them ones. So it's good for everybody.
Bravo. That was excellently put. That was tremendous. I commend you. And it's crazy because they kind of threw. They fast tracked him. They fast tracked him to management. You know what I mean? He didn't have the same route other people have.
Bro, he's been in here for a year.
That's cool though. Cool. Even Adesanya said it at the press conference of the last event they fought at.
Mm-hmm.
He said, he don't deserve it, but I get it.
Yeah.
And that's what makes this so tricky, is because he didn't have some of those fights that you could kind of look and feel out. Like, he didn't fight a Cannonier, he didn't fight a Whitaker. Like, bro, if you get those two fights, especially against a common opponent, then you get to look and see, like, okay, he's walking these people down. He's doing this Whitaker, especially because he's like the gatekeeper of the division. Right. That would have been one that's interesting to see, which makes this even more exciting. And I know I harken back to this often, but it is kind of like the Islam Oliveira thing too, because you have Islam who didn't fight these common opponents. Mm-hmm. So as a fan, you don't know what to expect. You don't have it like as vast of a reference point or a resume that you can sift through and see, okay, he did X, Y, and Z to this person, or this person maybe cracked him, showed some weaknesses here. You don't get that. So right now you just have to go off of, I guess, how far they came, what Pereira looks like in his few short stint in the UFC. And then you have Adesanya, who has a demonstrated history in the UFC. And to win, man, I think Adesanya is going to have to go to a spooky place.
Yeah.
A spooky place. And for the sake of it, we'll hold off on predictions, but what I will say, incredibly difficult to be a great fighter 3 times in a row. I know it's been some time, but you know what I'm saying? And he's battle tested in the UFC. It's different when you got to worry about people shooting and you could just go for, the kickboxing, Muay Thai part of it. And I think it's going to be an interesting fight, man. I'm going to be tuned in. I know that.
Yeah. I agree, bro.
So that's it for the main card of 281.
Wait. That's it for the most intriguing fights. But we do have a little something on the card where the ladies are going at it. We got Zhang Weili versus Carla Esparza. Now, some people are not interested in this. We're not all interested in this. However, Carla Esparza and Thug Rose have put on the worst fight probably in the UFC's history. So I just want to point out the fact that I will give one prediction. Zhang Weili and New. That's all I got to say about that. And New. Because that girl is not coming to play, bro. She's not coming to play. So, we can fast forward through that, but and New on that one.
Well, then that's it. We wrapping up the main card. Glad you snuck that in there, because I wasn't going to touch it. After what we saw or didn't see.
Right.
I wasn't going to touch it. So thanks for throwing that in there. Pause. And of course, thanks for your time today, good sir. We will be connecting again before the end of the week. Let you get your predictions off. Let you, you know what I mean, get the UFC countdown digested and see how you feel.
So, Can't wait.
UFC 281, Certified Jesters, Key and Bash, signing off. Jesters. Thanks for watching Certified Jesters. If you liked the video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this.
And don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss a post.